A masculine man needs solitude. A masculine man should not fear being alone. A man should embrace that solitude and understand that during those quiet time is where a man can find himself, can reveal his highest potential. When I'm talking about solitude, I'm not talking about distracting yourself with video games, with movies, with Netflix, with scrolling, with porn, with masturbation. I'm talking about those quiet moments where you can read, where you can think, where you can strategize, when you can meditate, when you can contemplate, or simply be by yourself and see what happens. Blaise Pascal, the French author, said that most men's problem stems from their inability to stay in a room alone for an hour. I think people underestimate the power of that solitude. You might think it's boring, and it might as well be boring. But the thing is, we need that boredom stimulated all the time in modern society. We are overstimulated. Stimulation is one thing, but we are overstimulated. Just the mere fact of using our phone, we already have too much stimulation. But when we put our phone aside, when we put our distraction aside, we can embrace that boredom, embrace that solitude, and see what happens. I'm telling you, I've been in a meditation center for 3 months when I was 20 years old, meditating 12 plus hours a day. You guys don't understand how powerful it is to be by yourself and do things like meditation. Of course, reading is amazing, strategizing is amazing, and we should all do so. Or flow work, creative work, all those things are important. But you should also make time in solitude to meditate and contemplate. That is where your best ideas will come from. That is where you don't need as much sleep because you are resourcing yourself. I have a monk friend that I met when I during my time in that meditation center, and he told me that meditation is like recharging your battery. You have to understand when you use your phone, when you use your phone, when you're watching videos, when you are scrolling, when you are taking pictures, when you are surfing, all those things drain the battery very quickly. But it's the same thing for us. If we are constantly stimulating our mind, being with friends, Netflix, video games, masturbation, sex, women, etc., we are draining our battery. So we need that time alone. Obviously, we need to have moderation in all those distractions. You need to give up things like porn, like alcohol and drugs. Alcohol, I understand, is hard, but you should at least limit it or bring it very close to zero. I don't drink. I quit when I was 20, and it is one of the best decisions in my life. And I strongly recommend you think about making the decision for yourself, especially as a masculine man. It is better for you financially. It is better for you if you work out. It is better for your health, for your skin, for your teeth, for your behavior with other people. But it is also better, don't forget, for your testosterone. The more you drink, the more cortisol you develop in your nervous system. So you are better off improving your testosterone, not plummeting it. But I digress. You need that time alone. And if you fear being alone, do it slowly. Take a minute at a time. Take moments where you are not listening to music, when you're alone with your thoughts, when you can contemplate and just be still. Stillness is very powerful. Stillness is the key to a beautiful, successful life. It is also key to your greatness. Even people like Kobe Bryant, may God rest his soul, will extol the virtues of things like meditation. A lot of athletes meditate. A lot of successful people meditate. I'm not saying you cannot be successful without meditation. I'm telling you, your success will not only be easier, but will also be more fulfilling. We need, even if you're not a spiritual person, meditation will help you. You don't need to be religious. You don't even need to be spiritual to benefit from meditation. You could be someone who's only based on materialism and science, and meditation will still help you. Even if you don't believe in meditation, you can benefit from meditation. Well, it's at least, you should at least be open to meditation, not completely against it. you have to understand that as men, we have to embrace that solitude. It doesn't mean that we have to isolate ourselves forever. You might as well be a monk. We should be able to be with people, but to be with ourselves. And I think most of us distract ourselves with constantly being with other people. And when we are not with other people, we are just distracting ourselves and not embracing that boredom and that solitude. Solitude is not loneliness. If you are lonely, it means that you have a bad relationship with yourself. If you can embrace solitude, it means you are good with yourself. Then you can be okay and you are almost your own best friend. And that is what I want for all men. Masculinity is found in solitude, is found in boredom. It's found in that discipline and that effort you make in that non-action of just being just being alone and bored. Embrace being alone and being bored and see what happens. Go at it slowly if you fear it, but try it out and see what happens. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you very soon.